Conor McGregor set for BKFC debut. Conor McGregor is set to make his debut in BKFC, according to David Feldman. BKFC President David Feldman says McGregor has returned to training and is aiming to fight the winner of Mike Perry vs. Jeremy Stephens at BKFC 82 on October 4.
McGregor, at this point, I would love to get this cleared up here in front of everybody at the state of the BKFC.
Well, I think it makes a lot of sense. We haven't seen Conor in the ring in a while, but I know he loves bare-knuckle, and I'd love to face off against him anytime. Anytime we're looking for the action.
Yeah, you're welcome back, because I welcomed you back. October 11th is your date, and you'll dance for me, boy. You'll dance for the owner, and then we can talk.
McGregor was expected at the BKFC 82 press conference to announce his next move, but skipped it to focus on training. We were supposed to have my partner, my friend Conor McGregor, was going to be here today, but he couldn't make it last minute because he's actually very focused. It's the best Conor McGregor I've ever seen. He's training hard, he's focused on fighting either Mike Perry or Jeremy Stephens his next fight. Conor McGregor is still under UFC contract, so he'd need to be released before he can fight in BKFC. But Feldman has no doubt that a McGregor-BKFC fight will happen. If he gets those two UFC fights done, 100% he does fight in BKFC. But that's a long way away. If he has the drive to do it, which I think he does, I've seen a different Conor McGregor. You see different Conor McGregors. You see a guy who's like, hey, let me run for president and let me do different things. Then you could see the guy who wants to take care of his family really good, which he always does, but take care of his family. Go to the gym and train, and I know which Conor I'm getting, and I'm getting that Conor right now. So I wouldn't be surprised. Daniel Cormier doesn't agree with Feldman. He thinks McGregor will never return to the UFC, and the only reason he keeps talking about a comeback is because he wants to stay relevant. Conor says he wants to fight all the time and everybody jumps to it, but it's like he wants to stay relevant. He wants to stay in the news. He wants the notoriety of being Conor McGregor without having to be Conor McGregor. That kind of sucks because when he was the man, I bet you tapped in. I bet you tapped into the UFC more than ever because he could sell a fight. Ilia Topuria's next fight booked. If McGregor is actually serious about making a comeback, Ilia Topuria is more than happy to welcome it. But for now, El Matador has a different test to pass. Topuria has quickly become one of the most exciting fighters in MMA. His star is rising with every fight, and while he may not yet be on Conor McGregor's level, he's definitely carving out his place in the sport's history. But can he continue to take out guys like Arman Tsarukyan, who claims to be the next in line for a title shot? In a recent interview, Arman said, "Tapuria wants to come back in January or February, and I haven't fought in a long time, so I think I'll need to fight in October or November. And I talked to the boss yesterday. They said maybe they will set up a fight with someone. In Abu Dhabi or in Qatar, maybe Dan Hooker, maybe Paddy. A fight between Ilia Topuria and Arman Tsarukyan makes sense on paper and would excite fans, but UFC matchmaking is unpredictable. Injuries, timing, or other priorities could prevent it from happening, similar to how the Daniel Cormier vs. Brock Lesnar fight never materialized. Daniel Cormier says Brock Lesnar would have been his easiest career fight. Back in 2018, Brock Lesnar stormed into the cage at UFC 226 and called out Daniel Cormier for the heavyweight title. The two went back and forth with trash talk, even shoving each other as if a fight was imminent. But in the end, the showdown never happened. Lesnar eventually signed a new deal with WWE, stepping away from MMA for good. Cormier went on to fight 3 more times before retiring, finishing 1 and 2 in those bouts, including back-to-back title fight losses to Stipe Miocic. As one of UFC's first double champions, Cormier's legacy is already cemented, but he still regrets never getting the chance to face Brock Lesnar. Cormier even said that if the fight had happened, it would have been the easiest of his career. I was beating Brock Lesnar. It was one of the safest fights I could have had. That's the truth. It's just the truth. I like Brock too. He's a great guy. But I watched what Cain Velasquez did to him. I watched how he would react to getting punched. And I was gonna punch him. He would have to take me down to win the fight, and I can wrestle. If he shoots on me, I'm gonna make it so hard for him to get that takedown that by the time he gets it, he's exhausted. Now I'm up to my feet, then you're done. With Cain, he took Cain down. Cain got up, started kneeing him in his face. I saw Brock recently. He still has that scar in his eye from when Cain kneed him in the face. Yep, still got that big scar in his eye. While DC thinks he would have eased past Lesnar, he can't say the same about Jon Jones. He does say a lot of other things about Jones, however, and Jones doesn't like it very much. Jon Jones again claps back at DC. In a recent interview, Cormier said that he just can't call Jon Jones the greatest of all time because Jones tested positive for turinabol, a banned steroid. in an in-competition test right before their rematch at UFC 214. Because of that, Cormier said he doesn't put Jones on his personal Mount Rushmore of MMA legends. Jones thinks DC's comments are laughable. In a recent series of tweets, he said, "When DC tells his story, somehow I'm always the co-star. High school state champ, JUCO national champ, youngest UFC champion, greatest in MMA history. A lifetime of loss, victories, and sacrifice, and Cormier wants to write it all off as steroids. Honestly, it's insulting. But I can't help but laugh knowing it was God-given abilities that made him feel so inferior." Sean O'Malley gives his prediction for Merab versus Cory Sandhagen. UFC star Sean O'Malley shared his thoughts on the upcoming fight between Merab Dvalishvili and Cory Sandhagen at UFC 320. O'Malley is a former 135-pound champion who is coming off back-to-back losses to Merab, which is why he is keeping a close eye on UFC 320, where Dvalishvili puts his title on the line against Cory Sandhagen.
Some might say I've been humbled, brother. I still got that confidence that I'm able to put anybody's lights out. I still truly believe I can beat Merab. There will be a trilogy someday down the line, so I still got that delusion in me. I love it. That's where it got me here. It's so weird watching Merab on film. He just looks so sloppy and just, I know I could put that dude's lights out, but I believe my next fight will be my best performance.
Sandhagen is the underdog heading into the clash, but his striking skills make him a very real threat to Merab's reign, according to many, including O'Malley, who said, "Merab dude jumped into a frozen lake on top of his head, not surprised that he's fighting back-to-back-to-back times. He's a savage. He's built for fighting, and why not take advantage of it? Not surprised at all. Merab is improving each fight, but he's still. To this day, I watch him and I'm like, God, I know I can knock this mother out. He's sloppy in certain positions and he's beatable. He's definitely beatable, and you can't count Cory out. Cory is one of the most skilled guys in the UFC, not just in the bantamweight division. You can't count Cory out. I'm very curious to see how that fight plays out. What happens if Merab gets a hold of Cory? Merab felt super strong, so I'm curious to see what kind of scrambles Cory can create and if he can give him any trouble." Nate Diaz says he had no reason to take a fight with Khabib Nurmagomedov when the matchup was offered. Back in 2014, UFC CEO Dana White revealed that Diaz had turned down the fight, a decision his manager at the time quickly defended. Although the two never fought inside the octagon, they did get into a heated altercation in 2015 at a WSOF event. Now, Diaz has explained his side of why the fight with Nurmagomedov never happened. He said, "He turned down a fight with me. I was like, I didn't even know who you were. They offered me a fight with Khabib when he was brand new. I fought for a title and I fought hella people already and they offered me a fight with Khabib. I was like, F you, you're going to make a name off me with some new guy? Give me somebody in the top 5. I just fought the champion, so now I've got to fight somebody way down the list." He'd be like, "He turned down a fight with me 20 times. You got slapped as far as I'm concerned." What do you think about Nate Diaz's comments and all the headlines today? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.